Thanks all.
Good morning to Homa Unitarian Universalist congregation. I know that was awfully sad. I know the auction was last night. Y'all are tired, but I think you can do better than that. So let's try one more time. Good morning to TUUC. There we go. And good morning to those of you on Zoom as well. I hope you were hollering. I could hear some of you maybe. My name is Chrissy Kim. I use she, her pronouns, and I serve as the president of your board of trustees. And I'm happy to welcome you to Tahoma Unitarian Universalist congregation. Longtime members and new visitors alike, you are welcome here. Whether you are joining us on site in the sanctuary or online from locally or across the country, we're glad you're here. We are one people of many beliefs, many origins, sexualities, and genders. And love is the power that holds us together. We are all growing, all learning, all loved. Just as you are welcome here. If this is your first time with us, I bid you a special welcome. I'm so glad you found your way to our community. After the service, I will be in the back of the sanctuary, right over in that area, to answer questions that you may have about Unitarian Universalism, our congregation, or if you want to talk about how to get more involved in our community. Please feel free to join me after I get my coffee. For those of you here in the sanctuary, we have hearing assistance devices and large print hymnals that are available in the back of the sanctuary. Ushers would be happy to help you with these if you have trouble locating them. For our service this morning, our online chat chaplain will help guide our folks online. And for those of us on site, we will be utilizing the screen behind me to project the words for our unison readings and lyrics for our hymns. You can also follow along with the printed order of service. You can find information on our website, www.tahomauu.com. Please be sure to read the weekly e-news for important information about our congregation, upcoming events, and volunteer opportunities. If you aren't yet signed up for the e-news, you can do that today so you don't miss a thing. There is so much happening here at Tahoma UU, and I want to highlight just a few in these announcements. First of all, a shout out to our fabulous and tired auction chairs, Sheila and Teresa, who are both taking a well-deserved rest this morning to recover from all of their work. And also with gratitude to all the volunteers who helped last night to make the event a success. We had a lot of fun and we raised a lot of money too. So the gross amount that I heard was $8,000. So we'll have the official announcement in the e-news and in the announcements next week after we deduct all of the costs from the auction. But that is very exciting. Also, through the National Social Justice Group, we have been connected with a couple who are relocating to Washington from Texas with their 4 children, ages 10, 7, 5, and 3. The money we raised at our drag queen story time hour and the money raised to date through collections here will be used to help them with RV parking fees on the way here. And they'll be staying in an RV park once they arrive until their house in Texas sells. There are more people that need to relocate from unsafe states. So please continue to generously support the trans relocation work. Our pledge drive officially kicked off last week. So the sooner you turn in your pledge forms, the sooner we can get it over with and know what we have to work with for our budget. So please remember, as we build the bridge to our future, we need your help. Consider raising your pledge for this year by 5%, 10%, 15%, whatever you can afford to help us cover the costs of living increases for staff, a half-time DRE, Director of Religious Exploration for our children's programming, and updating some of our technology needs here in the church to continue to offer multi-platform modalities. Also, on May 5th, we will have a special service full of music. We will be singing our favorite hymns and learning a bit about each of them. So for that service to work, we also need your help. There's a survey in the e-news that will take you to a link to vote for your favorite hymns. So be sure to vote so that we know what we're going to be singing that week. The survey closes April 25th. Again, you can check out the e-news for more information about these and the many ways to become more involved and deeply connected to our spiritual community. You're also invited to join us for social hour immediately following the service right here in the sanctuary. There will be coffee and refreshments, and it's a great time to catch up with someone that you haven't seen in a while or get to know someone new. For those of you who are visiting or who are new to our community, we have red mugs for you to use if you would like to identify yourself to chat, and that means we will seek you out. And the red mugs have more coffee. As we begin our service, I respectfully acknowledge that I speak to you today from the land of the Coast Salish people, including the Puyallup Tribal Nation, land from which they were forcibly displaced. I affirm the continued sovereignty of the 574 federally recognized tribes, including the 29 here in Washington, and support those still fighting for federal recognition. I acknowledge the theft, violence, and trauma and racism the Indigenous people have experienced at the hands of colonizers from 1492 through the present day. I honor the resiliency of the Indigenous people and stand with them as they continue to fight for land, water, visibility, sovereignty, and their very existence. Lastly, friends, I invite you to set your electronics to worship mode. We are gathered here, one community. Let us settle ourselves into this holy moment and open our hearts to learn and unlearn, to share and to receive. Now, let us join together in worship.
Our opening words this morning are from Reverend William Schultz. Come into this place of peace and let its silence heal your spirit. Come into this place of memory and let its history warm your soul. Come into this place of prophecy and power and let its vision change your heart.
All right, as we have our new member welcome service this morning, I would like to invite our membership chair, Susan Kunkel, up to light our chalice. She says she's going to do it right this time. Y'all don't realize how much pressure there is to do that when everybody's watching you until you do it. It is not easy. Thank you, Susan. You'll join me in our chalice lighting words as printed on the screen. We light this chalice in deep respect for the mystery and holiness of life, in honor and gratitude for those who have gone before, with love and compassion for those who dwell among us, and with hope and faith for the generations to come. And now join me for our opening hymn, Rise in Body or Spirit, for number 129 for all that 128 for all that is our life in the gray hymnal.
We sing and dance and praise, for all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our old days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks for all that is our life. For sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks for all that is our life. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad.
Apologies, Susan. I was supposed to announce you as our song leader to give you time to get up here. So thanks for running up here and jumping in. And now it is time for all ages. So I invite the young and young at heart to join me on the floor in front of the pulpit. Oh, good morning, y'all. We're gonna move the chair. Because I like to sit on the floor with you and we need the space up front later. So I'm so glad to see all your faces up here. I love spending time with all of you. This morning we have a video that we're going to watch and then chat about. Yeah, so make sure that you can see either the screen behind me or there's a screen over there. But you'll want to be able to see the screen. So if you need to move your bodies, go ahead and move them. And then Michael, if you will cue up our video.
Hi, everybody. I am your Director of Lifespan Religious Education. My name is Thomas, and I've been asked to read today's story for all ages. The story is a picture book, and I know a lot of ours are illustrated and they're cute. This is a picture book, so please focus on the slides and not me. This one is A World Together. It was written by Sonia Manzano, who I personally know from a couple of decades on Sesame Street as Maria. Yeah. Also, several Emmys for writing on Sesame Street, so this was not a first attempt. It's a great book. And it was published by National Geographic, so again, story pictures. All right. All right. Did you know there are about 8 billion people on the planet? That's more than you can count in your whole lifetime. They live on different continents in different countries. Do you wonder what kind of houses they live in? All these people hug and show love in the same way you do. They get warmed by the same sun and sleep under the same stars. Do you wonder about what people eat? Imagine all the different foods you can taste. Dumplings, meatballs, tortillas, baba ganoush, pizza. One thing you can count on, no matter where they're from, no kid can resist dessert. Is your tummy rumbling? And while your school may be different, your games may be different, your dancing may be different, and your art may be different. Isn't it amazing that everyone loves to learn and play and move and create? Other kids might speak a different language from you. It might sound a little different the first time you hear it, but you can still share stories. And isn't it fun to talk with new friends? Some days you might feel happy or sad, excited or worried, glad or mad. Everyone in the world has felt these feelings. And when people feel scared, they sometimes forget that deep down, we're all the same. And when they laugh together, they remember. And with laughter and love, we bring a world together. Isn't that wonderful? That's because the world is full of wonderful people, just like you.
Right? Isn't that a fabulous story? It reminds us of all the ways that we're alike and different, and the joy in being together in community, whether that's exactly, everyone's different in different ways. So even looking around here at those of us sitting on the floor together, there are ways that we're the same and there's ways that we're different, and we're all here together, and we all love, and we all laugh, and we all cry, and we all eat, and we all learn, and we all play. That's pretty cool. We all dance. Yeah, what are some other things that we all do? Play games?
We all share the stars we sleep under and share some.
Yep, we share the stars we sleep under and the sun we play under. We all have families. Our families might look different, but we all have a family that loves us and takes care of us. Right? Big or small. Right? We might have a family that isn't biological, but is still important to us. We all do art, even if it's on accident.
All help each other. We help each other in different ways.
We all help each other in different ways, right? We all have different gifts that we can bring forward to share. And I look forward, as each of you grow here in this congregation, to watching your gifts grow and to see what you bring. Thank you for being here. And now if we will form an arch to sing the children down.
Nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go.
And now it's a moment for us to turn to the generosity we can offer. I'm inspired by some words in our hymnal. They're from Judith Meyer. We all have so many needs that really only need one answer. Let the world not be indifferent. So use the information on the screen to click away, or fill the baskets that are coming around the sanctuary, whether we're online or on site. We can do it our own ways. Thank you all.
Speaking of gifts, what a gift of music we have every week with Marianne. Now, as you'll join me for the offertory words on our screen, we dedicate ourselves and our offerings to the work of this congregation, weaving a tapestry of love we call community, both within and beyond these walls. And now join me for hymn number 123 in the gray hymnal. We're going to sing it through twice, Spirit of Life, Rise in Body or Spirit. And this time I gave Susan enough time to get up here.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Root hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Oh, in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Root hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
So our reading this morning comes from Bless the Imperfect by Alicia Ford, and it's entitled The Mosaic Makers. Scott found it, and it is, I think, one of my new favorite readings. It goes like this. You are mosaic makers, practitioners of justice, called to respond to brokenness in the world, restoring beauty by joining in solidarity with the least of these, the poor, the undocumented, the wrongly persecuted because of sex or gender identity or race. You, mosaic makers, practitioners of justice, will minister to each other, for this ministry needs your energy, your passion, your hands in order to thrive. It needs your wildly beating heart to animate its spirit. Being mosaic makers isn't easy. The pieces can be so tiny. It's difficult to see the whole picture. You always risk making a mistake and needing to undo. You will have moments of dis-ease, of needing to apologize, to make amends, to restore your covenant. You will have moments of fatigue, shared leadership, invite others to share this vision and co-create with you. You, mosaic makers, practitioners of justice, your work is an act of gratitude for those who came before and for that which is yet to be. How blessed are you? How blessed are we to be in this together? And now we've come to the time to welcome our new members officially into our congregation. So I'd like to invite Susan Kunkel as the membership chair and our new members to come forward. You'll have bios for them attached to your order of service, and they will also be coming out in the next e-news. We did have one accidental omission. Andrea is not listed in here, and she's down with the children this morning in the nursery. But her and her children, Vita and Petra, are regular attenders. And so they have signed the membership book, and be sure to welcome them as well as the rest of our new members. I'm going to pass the microphone maybe and have them go down and say their names so you can put names to faces.
Nick.
William.
Megan.
Micah, Gemma.
And if you can move down, we want you to stand between like the flowers and the projector so that those online can see you all. Sorry, we should have done that before we had you say your names. Yep, you're gonna go right across the front because you know, you can come right in front of us. Y'all are the stars of the show. Yeah, do watch the flames. Okay, now they can see you on home. Can we pass the microphone one more time? Because I know if you want to do your names one more time so they can.
Hi, I'm Alexis.
Hi, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Nick.
William.
Megan.
I'm Micah. And I'm Gemma.
Thank you. Then Mary, do you want to go off to the side to talk or?
Hmm?
Oh. Maybe we could come over to the side. so we can
Oh,
see.
okay. Round.
It is weird. Don't trip.
Try
over
not
all
to
those
trip on
cords.
the cords.
Yeah, you're scaring me.
Well, you told me to come out in the front.
There you go.
Okay. So each of you brings unique experiences, gifts, and desires that we welcome into this community. As you are able to share, we hope that you will find here a okay, I'm going to start over because standing up front with the microphone is throwing me. That's okay. Okay. Each of you brings unique experiences, gifts, and desires that we welcome into this community as you are able to share. We hope that you will find here a place that is welcoming in friendship, challenging in spiritual growth, and nurturing in service. In turn, we recognize the commitment you are making as a statement of your intention to take an active part in this congregation, to support its programs, and to share in the mission and values of Unitarian Universalism.
So we will now formally recognize these new members. Will the existing members please rise in body or spirit and join me in reading the text of the welcome printed online behind me. All right. We, the members of Tahoma Unitarian Universalist Congregation, welcome you. We commit ourselves to be open to the gifts that you bring together, or gifts with you. Together, may we play, worship, and celebrate in mutual love and respect. Together, may we realize our shared aspirations of mind, heart, and spirit. Welcome. So Susan has a gift of a flower for each of you from us. Yeah, watch out for the thorns. Welcome, new members. You may return to your seat. Yeah. Woo. And the board invites the new members for a luncheon downstairs after the service.
So, we like to think of ourselves as a welcoming group. Every Sunday, we welcome guests and visitors. Yes, we are welcoming people. And for the most part, we are. We say the right words, that you are welcome with the fullness of your life, whoever you love, whatever you believe. And we offer red coffee mugs for visitors who would like to talk. Maybe that mostly works. I know I am guilty of not seeking out the red coffee mug people. Maybe I had to rush home to get dinner ready as I need to do today. Or maybe I see a friend in the congregation I need to catch up with. Or maybe I'm just too shy to start a conversation. But I know I need to do better. There are responsibilities as members to welcome guests. But even more so, we have responsibilities as a congregation to welcome new members. We must have been doing something okay there because we had new members joining us this morning. But remember, we all were guests once. I found some food for thought about that. From a reading from The Fine Art of Being a Good Guest by Jeffrey Lockwood. We are all visitors, even when we are home. Our time in any relationship or place is ultimately limited. We are passing through. Nobody stays forever. How might we act? We've lost the mic. How might we act? Yeah. Okay. How might we act if it's still not on? Yes. Okay. How might we act if we consider ourselves guests in the lives of friends and family? Being a good guest is rather simple in principle, but occasionally challenging in practice. Oh. So, being a guest and welcoming a guest are intrinsically related. We are each guests in any relationship. It's about relationship. So, how is being a guest different from being a member? And how, as a congregation, is our responsibility different? As a guest, as a visitor, you come to us with an open mind and open expectations. Maybe searching for a community, a group that would fit in your life, offer you opportunities to grow, feed your spirit, looking for a congregation that can be your spiritual home. You may hope for somewhere you can speak with passion without having the words catch in your throat. As a congregation, our responsibility to you as a guest is to be welcoming and honest about who we are in all of the varieties present in our community of mosaic makers. As a congregation, our responsibility to you as a new member is to include you in our community, making spaces for you in congregational activities, making space for what you bring to the mosaic. As new members of the congregation, you have all of the same responsibilities of being welcoming to guests, as well as the responsibilities of being a part of this community. Supporting a community, keeping a community healthy, thriving, and growing involves sharing your gifts that you bring to the mosaic, be it volunteering for committees or activities, pledging financial support, and participating in governance by voting at congregational meetings. Being a part of community also requires recognizing that as mosaic makers, we are all different people. We may not always all agree with each other. Maybe we rarely all agree on everything. But we as members are required to treat each other with respect and dignity as we discuss our differences. As members, we have covenanted to principles held as part of being Unitarian Universalists. With this, we can be a positive force for good in the world. Quoting from our reading earlier, The Mosaic Makers. This community needs your wildly beating heart to animate its spirit. Being mosaic makers isn't easy. The pieces can be so tiny. It's difficult to see the whole picture. You always risk making a mistake and needing to undo. You will have moments of dis-ease, of needing to apologize, make amends, restore your covenant. Your work is act for gratitude for those who have come before and for that which is yet to be. How blessed you are. How blessed we all are to be in this together. Yes. So, as you leave here today, think about those gifts you bring to the mosaic. And if you'd like to set an intention for how you can be even a greater part of the community, seeing yourself as both guest and welcomer, may it be so.
So now, yep, I'm going to, oh, it's not going to work. I'm going to project. Project and remind you of the new form on the back of your order of service to help you set that intention as to how you're going to move forward. And also remind you that pledge forms can be found
On the table on the right in the back.
on the table on the right. You can also submit your pledge form online. If you do your pledge online in Aplos, we also ask that you send the pledge form in. Aplos will help automate it, but it doesn't give us a notification that you've done a new pledge so that we can track it for budgeting purposes. So even if you do it online in Aplos, please also fill out a paper form. Or for those of you online that don't come into the sanctuary, if you would email the pledge information to our church admin, that would be so very helpful. And now, if you would rise in body and spirit for our closing hymn, number 1028 in the teal hymnal, The Fire of Commitment. Okay.
I can't.
Yep. You want me to hold for you?
No.
Okay. She can project. It's the people on Zoom.
And
Our closing words this week. It says it's on. Our closing words this week. This is why we need the pledges for technology, folks. Our closing words this week come from Theodore Parker. It's number 683. Be ours a religion which, like sunshine, goes everywhere. Its temple, all space. Its shrine, the good heart. Its creed, all truth. Its ritual, works of love. Its profession of faith, divine living. And now we will extinguish the chalice. So if you will join me in the closing words, that will magically appear. Have faith. All right. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Oh, nope, it's me. For those of you joining on Zoom, the chalice has been extinguished. No, you can join me for the blessing song. Rise in body or spirit. Do the hand motions if you will.
For those of you who were at the auction last night, I neglected to bring this painting. It is going to be on the auction email if you want to place a bid for this. The auction email will be in the e-news. So this will be leaning up against the wall in the hall if you want to look at it. I apologize, but I think it all went long enough as it was.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. It was a little clunky with tack.